Butler in its road blacks today, a solid core of 4 returning for Coach Kurt Godlewski.
Yeah, solid core of 4, and Catherine Strong also has provided a lot of punch to that Bulldog lineup as well.
And for the Musketeers, the young lineup for Brian Neal. Bit of a change tonight as T. Owens, the big hero from Sunday's victory over Seton Hall, out with an injury.
Yeah, Xavier's most experienced player, T. Owens, not going to play tonight with that lower body injury, and Princess Stewart going to get her first start of the season for the Musketeers, and she has been terrific since she rejoined the team in mid-December.
3 good three-point shooters on the floor as well for the Musketeers in Dunham, Wasselson, and Deja Ross. Take a look at tonight's keys to the ballgame.
Well, Mike, I think first for Butler, it's continue to rebound. They have been fantastic rebounding the basketball all year long, and make sure they don't let Xavier have any second chance opportunities. Also, that perimeter prowess, continue to move the ball around, get some open shots. The Bulldogs have been effective from the perimeter all year. For Xavier, potent penetration. I think that Xavier has an athletic advantage along the perimeter. I think it's important for them to get into the lane and also to capitalize on that confidence they got from Sunday's game against Seton Hall, their first Big East victory.
Butler holding opponents to 34% from the floor and 27% from behind the arc. So a tough task tonight for the Musketeers as Kurt Godlewski has revamped his defense. Really gotten Butler off to this 4-0 start. Tip won by Schickel, back for Weaver. We are underway. Whitney Jennings handles out front for Butler. Jennings, the floor general. Ball goes inside, and Leah Dunham takes on Schickel right away, comes up with a steal. Lauren Wasselson on the run. Wasselson in trouble, finds Ariana Gray. Ross settles in, back for Princess Stewart. Stewart a little bit longer than T. Owens out at the point. Might be more effective in traffic, throwing over the top of defenders. Dunham in trouble inside with 6 to shoot. Turns it over, and a nice steal there from Michelle Weaver.
And Michelle Weaver leads the Big East in steals, so no stranger to opportunities like she just came up with there. It was great help side by Tori Schickel coming over there against Aaliyah Dunham.
Musketeers foul. Aaliyah Dunham comes up with the first for Xavier here in the ballgame. Back to it for Michelle Weaver out top. Hands back for Kristen Spolier, the spark plug for this offense. Ball goes inside. Schickel hits the deck, and the first foul against Ariana Gray. 2 quick ones for the Musketeers within the first minute of the ballgame.
Butler early on try to establish Tori Schickel inside. Look for them to work their offense inside out.
Schickel kicks to the corner. Weaver back inside. New addition to this lineup is Catherine Strong. Strong turns, can't get that to fall, and Ariana Gray off the window. Deja Ross works on the right wing, and Butler stifling the Musketeers on the perimeter. Shot for Ross is off the mark. Big rebound for Gray amongst 2 Butler Bulldogs. Catherine Strong able to knock it away, and out with it, Whitney Jennings.
Team rebounding by Butler. Big reason why they have been so effective on the boards as a team this year.
Schickel leaves a good look short. Ariana Gray up with a rebound, and out for Princess Stewart. No score here. Both teams with some decent looks. Musketeers have yet to find room inside after 3 possessions. Ariana Gray going to try a 3. That one over Strong and good, and Ariana Gray connects. We talked about her versatility, and Gray comes into tonight 35% from 3-point range.
This is 3 games in a row now that Ari Gray's knocked down a 3-pointer early in the game. It's really gotten her confidence going. She had an outstanding game against Seton Hall on Sunday.
Spolier trying to answer. Little long, and Princess Stewart off and running with a rebound for the Musketeers.
Talk about Gray. We've really seen her be able to score from all areas on the floor this year. It's really expanded her offensive game.
Stewart handles in front of Jennings. Stewart drives it in, and it poked away there by Weaver.
One more.
Xavier able to recover. Princess Stewart up top had that ball deflected and out. And that goes back to Butler. Comes Whitney Jennings. Back to control for the Butler Bulldogs. Jennings gets a good screen there from Strong. Kick in for Spolier. Good catch for Weaver. Good look here for Strong. Shots up and good, and a three-pointer answers a level score.
Looks like the scouting reports to let Strong shoot that shot. I think Brian Neal can live with that. He doesn't want the other four doing much damage for the Bulldogs.
He's 2 for 8 from behind the arc for the season. Started the day at 14%.
You can tell Butler defensively trying to take away the reversal pass.
Penetration there for Stewart. Can't finish at the net. Spolier off with a rebound. Spolier all kinds of room. Going to take it right to the left block. Shots up and in, and she picks up the foul. This is a second against Ariana Gray. And the third for the Musketeers here in the corner.
Christian Spolier has been terrific of late. 23 points against Seton Hall. Nice finish there. Excuse me, St. John's. It was that game she had 23. Her season high. It's a big-time score coming out of Indiana Lebanon High School, home of one of the great shooters of all time, Rick Mount.
Spolier 78% from the line, a rare miss. That last foul took Princess Stewart into the blocks, and Ariana Gray off the floor after just 3.5 minutes here tonight. Xavier's big gun. Tierra Floyd in off the bench, knocks that one in for the left block.
And Ari Gray is going to sit for a while, but I don't see how Brian Nee is going to keep her on the bench the entire first half. He needs Ari Gray on the floor for this basketball game.
12 double-figure scoring games, 7 double-doubles for Gray this season. Good steal there for Princess Stewart. Has Dunham.
Nice pass.
Good dish to the right block, and Dunham finishes the fast break.
Great decision by Princess Stewart to lay that one off to Dunham. Nice job by Dunham running the floor.
Dunham got out in front, very visible there on the break for Princess Stewart. Easy assist. There's a foul at the top of the key. Tierra Floyd just a step behind Spolier, reached out and poked Spolier right up around.
I think smart move by Spolier there. I think she created some contact. You see right there, Princess Stewart, nice dump off to Dunham.
First foul against Tierra Floyd, now 4 for the Musketeers. Butler a 70% free throw shooting team for the season. Whitney Jennings, the floor general for Kurt Godlewski, gives it up for Schickel, going to work inside, triple team. Kick to the right side. Naya Caceres in off the bench. Caceres, a great story, a sophomore redshirt, transferred in from Maine. Princess Stewart leaves it up top. 15 to shoot for the Musketeers, and Butler's doing a great job of keeping Xavier on the perimeter. Shot from Wasselson missed, and Caceres up with a rebound.
Yeah, they're able to contain. You see a travel there.
Travel there for Caceres. Brings up our first timeout here in the first quarter. Musketeers with a 2-point lead over the Butler Bulldogs in an early back and forth battle here in the Big East.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
Mike Schmaltz-Ridgehoy back with you on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi. First base Butler visiting the Xavier Musketeers here tonight, and Butler known for its defense this season. Musketeers doing a pretty good job early, 43% from the floor, 3 of 7. Butler just 2 of 6 from the floor.
Yeah, I think both teams are doing a nice job on the boards too, Mike. Neither team has allowed an offensive rebound as of yet. The big story, Ari Gray with 2 early fouls. Xavier's leading scorer and rebounder.
Get a good look there at Kurt Godlewski, looking for his 60th Big East victory here tonight. Earned his 50th this season, November the 25th over Eastern Illinois. Kurt Godlewski got the Butler Bulldogs rolling early in the Big East season.
Yeah, Kurt's done a terrific job with this Bulldogs team, and it's kind of been a building process over the last few years, and really the last piece to the puzzle for this core group of seniors has been adding that defense. And he spent a lot of time in the offseason visiting with different coaches and establishing a defensive philosophy that's really worked for him this year. That was deep.
Long 3 there for Tierra Floyd. Didn't go. Ariana Gray back off the bench with the 2 fouls, able to dig out the rebound. She's tied up. Ariana Gray with a little extracurriculars, and our officials here tonight, Karen Priato, Denise Brooks, Tim Daly. Karen Priato was on that game last night, number 1, number 2, Louisville, Notre Dame. She traveled right on down Indiana State Route 33 to
Gumbawale. Terrific. About as clutch of a player as you will see any level of basketball right now.
They had a couple reviews in that game last night. A little extra aggression, so maybe sensitive to it here tonight. Musketeers control, patient on this possession. Tierra Floyd fakes the 3. Skip pass over for Carrie Gross. Gross has a pass deflected for Allie Rife. Couple of freshmen working on the right side. And a foul called against the Butler Bulldogs. That one's going to go against Catherine Strong. It's the first foul for the Bulldogs here in the quarter.
Allie Rife in the game, coming off her first did not play DNP against Seton Hall. With T. Owens out tonight, she might have a little added role along with Princess Stewart. You see Carrie Gross, somebody else that Brian Neal's going to look to step up from that perimeter spot. You know, when you got somebody like Owens, they can't play. Nice high-low game, good finish. When you got somebody like T. Owens that's not able to play, you need everybody to step up and contribute a little bit more.
So Gray extends the Musketeer lead to 4. Jennings controls out front. Spolier over to the wing for Michelle Weaver. Jumping in for Schickel. Schickel going right to work, half hook, won't fall. Strong over the big rebound and able to finish in the right block. Catherine Strong, a redshirt junior, transferred in from Virginia Commonwealth, giving them 6 points a game so far this season, 4 rebounds.
Tori Schickel did not make that shot, but she draws so much attention from that Xavier defense. It kind of frees up people like Strong.
Carrie Gross called for the travel, so a couple of turnovers early for the Musketeer freshman. Xavier still with a 2-point edge. Aaliyah Dunham back on with Lauren Wasselson for the Musketeers as Gross and Rife come out. Brian Neal going to have a little deeper bench. Had some quality minutes at times out of his freshmen. 4 of them this year for Brian Neal. 5 sophomores, the core of this Xavier group. Ball to the right block. Strong couldn't control. Wasselson had a piece of it. Comes off for Princess Stewart and Xavier.
Yeah, Wasselson, nice job coming over to help.
Dunham going to work on Jennings. Stewart out top, 13 to shoot. Good look inside for Ariana Gray. Tries to kick out for Wasselson, who has it. Mid-ranger for Wasselson, partially deflected, and a foul on the rebound. Ball's going to stay with the Musketeers. It's the second foul for Butler here in the quarter. And that foul is going to go against Whitney Jennings. Allie Rafe comes out. Deja Ross back on. Starting five, more of a figure of speech for Brian Neal. He will substitute liberally for this Xavier team.
Part of Brian Neal's philosophy is there's Wasselson.
Three won't fall for Wasselson. Rebound there for Schickel.
I think especially without T. Owens in there, he's going to try to find the hot hand tonight. Whoever that is probably going to see more minutes.
Ball inside, old pass intercepted there by Deja Ross. Got a
Great
better angle there on Schickel. Princess Stewart hits the deck. They're going to call that a tie-up. Good call there by Karen Priato as Michelle Weaver, one of the great defenders for Butler, able to tie that one up off the bounce.
Well, I mentioned Michelle Weaver leading the Big East in steals, just in a great position there to make a play on the ball. Princess Stewart just not a good enough job of protecting it.
Kurt Godlewski says Weaver's the gets of this team. She's really embraced that role, able to raise the team's energy from the defensive end. Good three look for Jennings, won't go. The rebound off for Ariana Gray.
No doubt about Weaver. She is the linchpin for this Bulldogs team. You know, you got Schickel, you got Jennings who can really fill it up. Spolier, an outstanding shooter, but Weaver just does so many little things that you need for a good team, and big reason why they're 14-1.
Wasselson, great three-point range, thought about it there, pulled it down. Now 8 to shoot for Xavier. Musketeers in trouble. Schickel coming out trying to make an interception there on Ross. The Musketeers will inbound with 5 on the shot clock.
Schickel looks like she's just a lot more athletic as well than she has been in the past in her career. You can see it just coming at us right there, how well she's moving.
She's had a 20-20 game against the Musketeers, points and rebounds previously. Good drive there for Aaliyah Dunham, beats the shot clock. Xavier's able to hold on to the 4-point lead.
Well, Aaliyah Dunham's kind of taken a back seat in terms of scoring. There's Spolier open.
Spolier can't connect, and a big rebound down for Ariana Gray. So Gray hitting the boards against an athletic front line for Butler.
Aaliyah Dunham can score. She has that ability. T. Owens has kind of been that perimeter scoring guard for the Musketeers this year, but without T, look for Dunham to be more aggressive offensively.
Gray has 6 of the 9 rebounds for Xavier so far. Ball inside, and Tori Schickel defends against Deja Ross, comes up with a steal.
Great position defensively by Schickel. That's a staple now of Godlewski's team, position defense.
Great floater in space for Whitney Jennings. Found a little gap. And now Weaver comes up with a steal. Butler with a chance to tie, take a lead. Shot clock is off, so they'll have the last shot of the quarter. So Jennings up top. How quickly defense can change fortunes. There's a foul on the ball. Princess Stewart called for it right in front of Karen Priato. That's a 5th foul for the Musketeers, and that'll send Butler to the free throw line. Michelle Weaver stands in. 5'7" senior. Rattles out the first. 61% free throw shooter for the season. You see Naya Caceres back on. Caceres won 3 Spanish championships, 13-14, 14-15, and 15-16, and a bronze medal with the FIBA 3x3 team. So some great experience in addition to her time in Maine. Xavier shuffles the lineup here for the last 9.6 seconds, so Musketeers will have plenty of time to try to get it close to the rim. Dunham kicks out for Ross and a long 3 with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Rebound comes up for Weaver, gonna try one for midcourt. It's on line and just off to the right side, and Xavier gonna survive the first quarter with a 1-point lead over the first place Butler Bulldogs.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Step 1, complete. From this point forward, only the elite advance. Destination Tampa Bay and the Women's Final Four. The 2019 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Chicago Regional. March 30th and April 1st at Wintrust Arena in Chicago.
Bounces right back with a triple. Great job here. And that'll do it!
Visit ncaa.com/WBB tickets and get your tickets today.
Back here at Xavier Cintas Center for women's basketball on the opening game of the third weekend of Big East play. Musketeers with a 1-point lead over the first place Butler Bulldogs. Butler came into tonight having won 8 in a row. Ariana Gray off to a great start for the Musketeers. Gray already with 5 points, 6 of the 9 rebounds, 4 of them off the defensive glass. And Rich, she comes off that big game, 19 points, 22 rebounds in the 1-point overtime victory against Seton Hall on Sunday.
Well, I just love the way that Ari Gray plays. She plays with so much energy and passion. She just brings it every night. I think that's carried over to her team throughout the course of this season, and a reason why Xavier's off to one of the better starts that they've had in recent years. I told Brian Neal in a conversation we had before the season started, I thought Ari Gray could lead the Big East in rebounding one day, just with that ability to go get the ball that she has. And I was kind of she's led all throughout the whole non-conference season, of course, into conference season, but I was kind of curious how it was going to carry over into conference season. And boy, oh boy, on Sunday, it sure looks like it's going to continue to carry over.
22 points was second all-time behind Tashia Phillips, who was fantastic here for the Musketeers. Ended her career with 5 20-rebound games. Tashia Phillips got the Musketeers to the Elite Eight. 77 double-doubles for Tashia Phillips' career here, and actually still holds the Atlantic 10 rebounding record. A little contact there as we start to find the Big East physical element of tonight's ball game.
And of course, Ari Gray right there in the middle of it, right on cue.
Ashley Gomez coming on for the Musketeers. Gomez a good 3-point shooter, just her 5th game of the season. Battled some illness, lower body injury as well for Gomez early. See if she can be effective here against this stout Butler attack. Weaver swings it over for Strong. Good step in around Deja Ross, and then the soft shot won't go, and Ariana Gray off with another rebound for the Musketeers.
I think for the most part, Xavier's going to be satisfied defensively how they played. Schickel still has not scored. Weaver hasn't attempted a shot yet.
It's a floater inside for Princess Stewart. She finds the range.
That's Princess Stewart's game right there. We've seen Princess Stewart ineffective behind the 3-point arc this Big East season, but when she gets in the lane, she's got a nice little mid-range game. Nice pull up there.
Sophomore from Frankfort, Kentucky. Great drive in, and Spolier able to knock one off the glass and pick up the foul.
Kristen Spolier has just been playing fantastic basketball, and you see there Princess Stewart has that pull up there, kind of leaning in there.
Fouls against Ashley Gomez. Gomez's first, Xavier's first of the quarter. Spolier at the line, 78% for the season to start tonight. Knocks that one in, and now she's 1 of 2 for this ball game. All even at 13. Comes Aaliyah Dunham. Eyeing up Jennings. Now off for Princess Stewart. Going to drive it past Schickel. Good kick there for Gomez. Couldn't get the three away. Stepped out of the defender. Shot short and a rebound off for Spolier.
Ashley Gomez, pretty good shooter. Just didn't look like she had her feet set there.
Change of speed there for Whitney Jennings and a little half jumper off the glass and in.
You saw Ari Gray kind of come over towards Jennings, but didn't want to get too close there and pick up that third foul.
Butler out to a lead now at 2. 2 ties, 2 lead changes so far today.
Butler switching everything. We've seen Schickel get stuck on some guards out on the perimeter.
Gray cleans up the miss by Stewart. Out for Gomez, looking at a 3. Can't get that to go, and Spolier down with another Butler rebound. Spolier now with 4 boards of the 10 Butler has grabbed. Good dump in for Strong off the rim. Off balance shot won't go, and Deja Ross flicks the rebound out to Aaliyah Dunham. Gray for 3 has 1 already tonight. That one a little heavy off the back iron, and Jennings able to collect.
Xavier just 1 for 10 now from outside the three-point arc. You know, they've kind of lived and died out there throughout this season, averaging almost 9 a game. Important part of their offense.
34% from behind the arc for the season. Shot too long. And the ball goes back to the Musketeers.
Butler having their own struggles shooting the ball. Just 6 for 16 from the field, 1 for 5 from outside the three-point arc. Butler's not going to shoot it from outside like Xavier will, but you know, still they've had their struggles at the offensive end. Both teams defended well.
Goes Princess Stewart. Leave it up top for Deja Ross. Ross inside, got that shot extinguished there by Schickel, but a foul coming against the Bulldogs.
I think that one's going to be on Weaver.
Weaver picks up her first for the Bulldogs here in the corner, and Deja Ross to the free throw line.
See Ross able to turn the corner on Weaver there, and Weaver just kind of bailed out, caught in jail.
Ross 56% for the season. Free throw shooting has not been a calling card for the Musketeers so far this campaign.
Yeah, Deja Ross was an outstanding free throw shooter last season. Has certainly had her struggles this year.
Last season, 95%, 18 of 19. This is the second, still a 2-point Butler lead, and Jennings in control. Shea Bride. Catherine Strong inside against Tierra Floyd. Floyd got a nice clean block on it and then landed with the basketball on the line, so Butler keeps it with 18 to shoot.
Nice job by Tierra Floyd. Keep her feet there and stay in front of Strong, get a hand on it.
Floyd averaging 14 minutes so far this season. Played 4 tonight. Reset for the Bulldogs, 12 to shoot. Jennings out near midcourt, hounded there by Princess Stewart. Good drive in for Spolier. Floater baseline won't go, and Deja Ross away with a Xavier rebound. Musketeers continue to hang in there in rebounding. Now down 3. A lot of hands in the passing lanes tonight for the Bulldogs. Corner 3 away for Floyd off the front of the rim. Jennings comes away with a rebound. She'll push the pace here for Butler. Leave it off for Spolier. Inside for Strong. Strong just driving down Deja Ross. Gonna be a held ball. Deja Ross got a clean piece of it. Xavier comes up with its second held ball. Subsequent possessions.
Well, Strong's got to make a move there. She just goes one way. Deja Ross played her on that shoulder, and Ross able to tie her up that way. Strong's got to make a counter move back the other way. Get Ross leaning.
Catherine Strong gaining confidence, especially into the Big East portion of the schedule. Godlewski loves the power she'll bring out of the 4th spot. Long 3 away there for Dunham. That one off the right side of the rim. Gray grabs the rebound and some contact. Foul will go against the Bulldogs. And that's going to go against Whitney Jennings. That's Jennings' second. Second for the Bulldogs here in the corner, and Tori Schickel back on.
Tori Schickel back in the game. Has not scored yet. 0 for 2. From the field, really, she got those couple looks early on in the game. Butler trying to establish her, and really not much from Schickel. Butler looks like they're going to a zone now.
Schickel averaging 13 points, 9 rebounds coming into tonight. 7 double-doubles, 10 double-figure scoring games. of the 15 so far this season for Butler. Princess Stewart, 9 to shoot. Good look for Ross from 3. Shot short. Gray got a piece of the rebound.
Wow.
They'll call a foul inside there against Tori Schickel. Schickel's first, 3rd for Butler.
Yeah, fortunate there, Ari Gray. I wasn't sure which way that one was going to go when the whistle blew, and Gray obviously with 2 fouls. Gray already double-figure rebounds, and we still have 5 minutes left in the second quarter. She is going and getting it.
Wasselson in trouble there. Michelle Weaver forced the travel against the Musketeer freshman, so senior getting the better of the Xavier freshman.
I think Brian Neal wants a little more toughness out of his freshman guard. Lauren Wasselson has a terrific potential for this Musketeer team. Outstanding shooter.
Ball inside for Schickel. Got some room here on Gray. Schickel going to work, trying to pass out of it. Gave it over there for Jennings. Good look here for Spolier, but Deja Ross closes out. Spolier going to take it anyway.
I think Deja Ross was right in Spolier's shooting pocket.
There's Weaver again over there. That time, a little too much contact on Princess Stewart. Weaver picks up her second, 4th for Butler. Timeout on the floor. The Butler Bulldogs hanging on to a 15-13 lead over the Xavier Musketeers on the road.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt back with you at Cintas Center on the Big East Digital Network, presented by SoFi, and a Big East grinder brewing for us here tonight between the Butler Bulldogs and Xavier Musketeers. Late shooting night for both teams. Butler in at 29%, Xavier 27%. Xavier averages 41% from the floor for the season, and Butler up at 44 coming into tonight.
Yeah, really even stats to this point, Mike, but you know, the big numbers there, the field goal percentages, are actually small numbers. They neither team shooting well. I think a lot of it has to do with defense. I think both teams are really well scouted. They know each other extremely well, and both teams just have the upper hand defensively. I was expecting both teams maybe to settle in at the offensive end. This quarter, it's been quite the contrary. Both defenses have settled in.
Both teams with 6 field goals and 1 3-pointer. The difference right now for Butler, 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
Well, the other key thing, you know, the big strength for Butler is rebounding. We talked about in the open. Xavier's actually +3 rebounding, just not giving Butler many second opportunities. And the big reason why is Ari Gray with 10 rebounds already.
Tori Schickel, big post player for Butler, still scoreless, averaging 13 points a year, and Schickel still with those 2 field goal attempts. Dunham kicks off for Deja Ross. That ball short. Ariana Gray tips it away, collected nicely by Michelle Weaver.
That's a good look for Xavier. Deja Ross can hit that shot. We've seen her hit that shot in her career.
Spolier kicks back out for Weaver. Good rotation for Jennings. Finds a little gap to drive. Kicks it off for Bry, and Bry with a nice mid-range jumper.
That was good action. Xavier did a nice job of running Butler off the three-point line right there, but a nice kick to Bry.
Bry, lengthy, athletic inside, averages just 3 points a game. Butler will take her first offering of the night gladly.
Bry is really a solid contributor. She can get it done on the boards as well. 12 rebounds in each of her Big East games against Villanova and Georgetown. Nice pass.
Great roll inside. Ariana Gray. Kurt Godlewski talked about the high ball screen, and Xavier able to roll off it. Gray was all alone in a right block, and a good find from Dunham. Spolier, a little contact there from Wasselson. Bounces off, drives.
Spolier
kicks
likes
it for
to try
Jennings.
to draw it.
Schickel,
Nice.
good dip to the left block. Shot too strong, and Russ away with a rebound for Xavier.
I like the move to go to Schickel, guarded by Ari Gray.
Tied up there, and another jump ball. It's at least 4 here in our first half. It seems the Musketeers are playing off Tori Schickel, giving her a couple of feet. I don't know if she's used to that or not, but
Yeah, I think Schickel's got to be a little bit more patient, you know, once she does get her touches in there. We'll see if Xavier doubles her at any point, but look, it looks like right now they're fine with one-on-one. They might give a little bit of help, but I don't think they'll actually double.
Catherine Strong turnaround in traffic short, and Ariana Gray takes the rebound for the Musketeers, her 11th. Stewart has it deflected by Spolier. Comes up for Strong, and now back for Jennings. Jennings surveys the floor, finds Spolier. Plenty of time here for Butler. Weaver for Schickel. Back out for Weaver, now 10 to shoot.
Now they double.
Ball up top, Princess Stewart got a shot at it, no foul. I'm gonna call that one against Butler.
Schickel just not being patient enough right now. We saw her, that's 3 fouls.
3 fouls for Whitney Jennings. And Jennings, the floor general for Kurt Godlewski. 5th foul now for Butler, so the Musketeers will get to the free throw line. Chance here for Princess Stewart.
We've seen Schickel just a little impatient on her post move, you know, the previous possession, and that time just in too much of a hurry to pass out of the double team. I think one retreat dribble, see what is available for you, deliver it to the open player.
Musketeers check Tierra Floyd in, and Ariana Gray comes out here with 2:20 remaining. Gray working with 2 fouls so far. Stewart unable to connect on the second, but the Musketeers within 1 after a 1-for-2 trip there for Princess Stewart. Now Weaver takes over the point. Jennings has a seat with the 3 fouls. Spolier, some contact, and the Musketeer freshman Maddie Johnson able to come up with a big turnover. And she forces the offensive foul against Spolier.
A big defensive play there by Maddie Johnson, who's played in limited minutes so far this season. Nice job of pressuring Spolier. And
well, we mentioned it.
Something that Xavier's done, they've allowed Spolier to get to the basket a couple straight line drives tonight. That time, Maddie Johnson, a nice job. And I think they're going to look at, officials going to look at that, see an elbow there by Spolier, see if there was any malintent.
Give Brian Neal a chance to talk to his troops in his 6th season, 75 and 94, 27 and 67, however, in Big East play. At his 75th victory against Seton Hall in that overtime thriller on Sunday. 240th career victory against Wake Forest this season as well on November the 21st on the road. It was 171 and 31 in 7 seasons at Thomas More College. We get a good look at Denise Brooks huddling there with Karen Priato and Tim Daly. Take a look.
We'll see if this is a unsportsmanlike foul. You know, the rules will state that any illegal contact used by the swinging of an elbow that's unnecessary or excessive.
Personally, I don't know if that's excessive. I think that's a basketball move. She's just trying to dip around and drive to the basket.
Yeah, and we've seen, though, that, you know, the NCAA and really all kinds of basketball organizations trying to clean any of these types of plays up just to avoid injury.
Denise Brooks going to bring the explanation to both Kurt Godlewski and Brian Neal.
Coaches might be having a conversation about how the families are doing, these two good friends.
Tim Daly coming over to give us an explanation here to Richard. So we'll take a look at it one more time. You see Spoyer there, and Maddie Johnson, a pretty good piece of it with her right arm, and Johnson wincing a bit.
They are going to call that an unsportsmanlike foul. Xavier gets to choose who shoots the free throws on that unsportsmanlike foul, and going to be Aaliyah Dunham, and Xavier's going to get the ball after this as well.
Dunham at 67% for the season, and misses the first, and a chance to tie goes by the wayside, but you'll have another. See, Kurt Godlewski brought the beard in this season. It was part of No Shave November, but when you start off 14-1, you keep it.
Really been interesting over the last week. We've seen Coach G with the beard. We've seen Coach Tartamella shave the beard, so just some different perspectives. We've seen Brian Neal with the beard at times.
I'm gonna have to get John Fanta on some type of beard tracker graphic here for the women's coaches. See how that goes. Layup missed there for the Musketeers off the subsequent possession. Strong going in strong and knocks it in off the glass.
Good finish by Strong. Butler finally out in transition. We haven't seen many transition opportunities for either team.
And into a 2-minute scoring drought for the Bulldogs. Xavier trying to answer. Maddie Johnson out of Mater Dei High School. A little kick there, and after it's Strong on the floor, gets it out for Spoyer. Xavier good to get back, but Spoyer drives it right down the center of the lane and knocks it in.
And that's 2 consecutive baskets by Butler in transition. That one off the turnover. That's one way to score.
Kurt Godlewski mentioning Butler's willingness to get to the floor after loose balls. A great job there by Strong to start that break for Spoyer. 4-point Butler lead. Kick here for Princess Stewart, no good. Spoyer back up with a rebound, and now the Musketeers won for their last 11.
I think Princess Stewart's got to be more aggressive. We see her much more effective when she puts the ball on the floor.
Weaver got into the air, had it knocked away. Strong with a 3, and she knocks it home.
Nice end of the quarter by Butler, and Brian Neal feels it. Calls a timeout.
Solid 3 there for Catherine Strong, who came into tonight just 1 of 7 from behind the arc. She connects there. Very timely for Kurt Godlewski. 7-point Butler lead, largest of the night.
We'll see. I thought there should have been a call there on Weaver, whether it was a jump ball, a travel, something before that kick happened. You see there the kick from Weaver too strong, and Strong knocks it down.
I mentioned the post versatility for Ariana Gray for the Musketeers, and Catherine Strong starting to answer here for Butler. 10 points, leading scorer in the game right now.
Well, Xavier's done a nice job of taking away some of Butler's other features, and it's just kind of left Strong open at times.
Strong's 3rd straight double-figure scoring game and 5th of the season. Xavier back to work offensively. Princess Stewart driving through traffic. Off for Ross, floater on the block won't fall, and Spoyer up another huge rebound. Spoyer's 7th. Shot clock off. Pull up again for Strong, can't find the range that time.
Gonna leave Xavier time here to get a shot off.
Ball comes out, this is Leah Dunham. 1 second, Ariana Gray launches, it'll be good. If it goes, it won't. And Butler with a 7-0 run over a minute 46. Takes a 7-point lead at the end of the second quarter.
Well, Butler finishes the quarter strong. Bulldogs lead by 7 at the half.
time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time, none of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time, none of you people can tell me to stop.
Step 1, complete. From this point forward, only the elite advance. Destination Tampa Bay and the Women's Final Four. The 2019 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Chicago Regional. March 30th and April 1st at Wintrust Arena in Chicago.
Bounces right back with a triple. Great job here. And that'll do it!
Visit ncaa.com/WBB tickets and get your tickets today.
Back here at Xavier Cintas Center, where Butler, with a surge at the end of the second quarter, has a 24-17 lead over the Xavier Musketeers. Well, already an early start to today's action. 3 games this morning allow the Big East to debut its Whip Around channel, Whip Around coverage, Fast Break channel. And let's go to Megan Caffrey for an update from this morning's action and some footage from the debut of Big East Fast Break.
Welcome into the Big East Women's Basketball Update. I'm Megan Caffrey. There's a lot to get into today. However, first, let's take a look back at this past weekend. It was the marquee matchup that everyone had been waiting for, the top 25 showdown between Marquette and DePaul. And the Golden Eagles ran away with this one, beating DePaul 96-63. You have to remember the preseason player of the year, Alizea Blockton, she was out of this game, and it was the next man up mentality for the Golden Eagles. That next man up was Natisha Heidemann. She finished with 32 points against the Blue Demons, matching her career best. And she said after the game, her and her team are bringing the intensity to every single game that they play, especially in conference play. And before this game, I spoke with analyst Sarah Kustok about what the importance was and the difference maker that was going to be in this game. And she said transition game. And the Golden Eagles really took control of that against DePaul. They forced DePaul to turn the ball over, and they were able to score in transition. Get this, the Golden Eagles had 33 points off turnovers, whereas the Blue Demons only had 15. And taking a look at that box score right there, after the first quarter, Marquette was up by 20 points, and they were able to just continue to hold on to that lead and really build off of it. And after the game, Natisha Heidemann really pointed out the growth of her defense. She said, yes, we do identify ourselves as an offensive team, but we've seen the maturity in our defense, and we're bringing a new level of intensity on that side of the ball. You know who's also having growth right about now in Big East play? The Providence Friars. They had their first conference win against Villanova on Sunday with their best scoring performance of the season. They shot 52.3% from the field. And I spoke with Yo-Yo Nogic and Mary about the growth that the Providence Friars are having. We now welcome in the Providence Friars guard Yo-Yo Nogic and the Big East Freshman of the Week, Mary Baskerville. Thank you two so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Your team earned your first Big East win of the season on Sunday against Villanova at home. How momentum building is it to win at home in conference play?
Yeah,
It's really big. You know, not many people would have thought that we could have done that, and then being able to beat such a good basketball team is just very exciting. Being able to do it at home in front of all of our fans is very exciting.
Yeah, definitely. Also, just seeing a reward for the work we've put in, and seeing we had rough games against Marquette, DePaul, Georgetown. We had one good quarter, then two, then three, and it's just rewarding to see we've finally been able to put 4 good quarters in, and it's really good to see the reward.
You mentioned Georgetown right there, Yo-Yo. Going into the final 10 minutes of the game on Sunday against Villanova, you were tied with the Wildcats, just like in your game on Friday against Georgetown. However, the outcome was different. You won on Sunday. After the game, head coach Jim Crowley said you used Sunday's game as another chance to show who you are. Who did your team show that you are on Sunday?
We know the work we put in. We know we're right there. Against Georgetown, it was just 1 quarter. Against Villanova, we had the same opportunity. We go tight end into the 4th quarter, and we know we've been here before. We know what we have to do. We have to lock in on defense, trust our offense, and it will play out by itself.
Yo-Yo had 23 points against Villanova on Sunday, a season high for you. How are you able to have so much offensive success?
It's on my teammates. As a shooter, they need to set me screens. I need to get open, try to find the open looks. But again, it's all them. Like, they look for me, they set me screens. A big thing of our offense is the extra pass, so always looking for that one. So, I have to give them credit.
Mary, you are the Big East Freshman of the Week, the 2nd time you've earned this honor. What are you realizing is the biggest difference in league play versus the non-conference schedule?
It's a lot tougher, and, it's fun having tough competition and being able to do that with your team. That helps you with all your success. And just them, realizing how hard I work and giving me the ball and knowing and trusting that I can pull out for them.
Your team faces St. John's this week. You swept the Johnnies last season. What do you have to do this weekend to continue this momentum and this growth that you're building?
We have to keep trusting our offense, our defense. We know it's going to be a kids game on Friday, so we know it's going to be extra loud. It's going to be a lot of energy. As you said, we swept them last year, so they're going to come in with even more energy to try to beat us. So we just got to go out there, give all we have, play together, trust each other, and as I said before, the outcome will come.
Speaking of energy, who's got the most energy on the team?
It's a hard one.
Yeah, I think we all bring our piece of energy into it. I don't know, Maddie, Little, Mary. When Mary gets hyped up, then there's no way of taking her down. So Kira, Coop, Sophia, everybody plays such an important part in it. I really don't know if there's one that has the most energy.
Yeah, no.
How about maybe the funniest on the team?
Oh. We're all pretty funny.
I don't know. Maybe Maddie, Sophia.
Yeah.
You two have to give yourself some credit too, right? Yes, we're pretty funny as well.
That's funny.
We just want credit to other people.
Yo-Yo, Mary, thank you so much for joining me, and best of luck the rest of this season.
Thank you so much.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Step 1, complete. From this point forward, only the elite advance. Destination Tampa Bay and the Women's Final Four, the 2019 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Chicago Regional, March 30th and April 1st at Wintrust Arena in Chicago.
Bounces right back with a triple. Great job here And that'll do it!
Visit ncaa.com/WBB tickets and get your tickets today.
Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt back with you for a good battle between the first place Butler Bulldogs and Xavier Musketeers here from Cincinnati and Cintas Center. Nice update there from Yo-Yo Nogic and Mary Baskerville. We talked about the early start to Big East play today. They got a huge win in overtime at St. John's.
Yeah, that was in Queens, and a fantastic win for Jim Crowley's team.
That game was a lot of fun. John Fanta, great job with the debut of Big East Fast Break today. Let's take a look at these stats here from tonight's matchup. And Butler with a nice surge at the end of the second quarter, a 7-0 run over a minute 53 has the Bulldogs ahead.
Yeah, that little mini run by Butler really is the difference in the game right now. And Xavier only 2 field goals in that second quarter, a big reason why they're only shooting about 26% from the field. And you look at the team stats there. I think individually some interesting things. Ross Wasselson and Stewart for Xavier combined 1 for 15 from the field. And then Catherine Strong for Butler has 12 field goal attempts. She's the 5th leading scorer out of that starting 5. The rest of the team has 16 field goal attempts. So both teams defensively are doing a good job of taking away some things that the other team wants to do.
Talk about taking away. Tori Schickel only with 3 field goal attempts in the first half for Butler.
Yeah, I think Xavier's done a really nice job of mixing some different looks up at her. And, she's caught the ball in a couple really key areas. But as I mentioned earlier, Schickel's got to be more patient, and I look to see Butler establish her more in the second half.
Good job on the boards for Christian Spolier from Butler. Ariana Gray from Xavier, both with 7 rebounds in the first.
Yeah, both teams really effective. I mentioned I thought it was going to be really key for Xavier to stay in the game, a rebound on the ball, and they are +1 in the rebounding margin here at the half.
Good second half brewing for you. We'll be back after this break here on the Big East Digital Network presented by SoFi.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
One voice, one heart, one beat. As we say, we are one. You ready? Let's go.
This is who we are.
We are the hardest working group of people I've ever met in my entire life.
This is bigger than just the game.
You made the jersey better than when you found it. That means you left your mark.
That's the Big East way.
1, 2, 3.
Together!
The 2019 Big East Women's Basketball Tournament at Wintrust Arena.
Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt back with you at the half for Butler and Xavier here in Cincinnati. Pretty good first half for both sides, and Butler getting some offensive production from an unlikely source with Catherine Strong.
Yeah, Catherine Strong has had several opportunities for the Bulldogs. I mentioned just a moment ago, 12 field goals for her, but we've seen Ari Gray. She got started early with this three-pointer, and really, despite the foul trouble in the first half, managed that well. Was able to execute here on a little high-low play. Ari Gray, 3 for 4 from the field. Musketeers leading scorer with 7 points.
Gray doing a nice job operating in traffic, as is Catherine Strong for the Butler Bulldogs.
Yeah, we see Strong left open there. The scouting report was to make Catherine Strong beat you if you're Xavier, and so far Strong has done that. She's had a strong first half, 10 points, 4-12 shooting for the Bulldog.
And just 1 3 coming into tonight, 2 for 2 from behind the arc for the Bulldogs already today.
Yeah, and if you're Brian Neal, you're going to live with that as opposed to some of those other ones shooting the basketball for that Bulldog club.
Coming out in the second half, what do you like for adjustments for Kurt Godlewski? Obviously, you want to get Tori Schickel more involved.
Well, I talked earlier about Butler being able to play inside out, and I look for Schickel to get some touches early on, much like they did in the first half.
And for the Musketeers, operated with a little bit of foul trouble, but Ariana Gray played with 2 fouls, ended up with 12 rebounds in addition to those 7 points.
Yeah, it really looked like Xavier was going to be the one in some foul difficulty early on with Gray's 2. She managed that. She's the only one with 2 fouls for the Musketeers. Conversely, with Butler, Jennings got her third foul there late in the first half, and Michelle Weaver has 2 as well. So the foul trouble kind of went back to the Butler side. So it's going to be interesting to see how both teams address that here in this second half. We'll see if Xavier goes to Whitney Jennings, trying to pick up a 4th foul. Very important perimeter player for the Bulldogs, their leading scorer.
And the Musketeers again operating without one of their starters. T. Owens, the point guard, 13 points a game, 3 straight double-figure scoring games, and a game winner against Seton Hall on Sunday. Not available tonight with a lower body injury. First drive for Princess Stewart of the third quarter. Comes up a little bit short. Spolier there again to collect a rebound. Spolier lost it in space, a little contact there. Lauren Wasselson comes up with it at midcourt. Play will continue as Butler helps Spolier to her feet. Wasselson from the corner hits the 3, and now a timeout here to attend to Kristen Spolier.
Spolier came up a little gimpy there. We've seen Spolier hurt here at Cintas Center before.
So Xavier had a moment there to play a little 5-on-4. You saw Strong trying to close out on Wasselson, who has a great look from 3. Xavier freshman having a great season from 3-point range at 44%.
And that was definitely the best look that she's had all evening. The referees are going to go to the monitor and maybe check out and see what happened to
They're
Spolier.
checking out the right knee area for Kristen Spolier there on the bench. Be a tough loss for the Butler Bulldogs as he's a leading rebounder already with 8. And again, back to the monitor. We mentioned Karen Priato last night had several reviews in the game with #1 Notre Dame and #2 Louisville, and becoming an expert over there at the monitor.
Looks like they're going to play on.
So Denise Brooks goes into the huddle to talk with Kurt Godlewski. Karen Priato over to talk to Brian Neal, and down to the baseline, Tim Daly to reset.
I didn't see anything dirty or illegal in the play of Xavier. Kurt Godlewski seems like he might have seen something, and he didn't appear too happy that it is going to be a play on.
So the Musketeers now go to 1-2-2 pressure for the first time tonight. Butler able to break it. Weaver controls up for Shea Bryan. We'll see how Butler performs without the spark plug, and Whitney Jennings going to provide a little spark with a 3.
Too much space for Whitney Jennings, just an outstanding shooter.
35% from 3-point range for the season. Transfer in from Iowa State and a long-distance specialist for Kurt Godlewski.
Yeah, Kurt Godlewski said she's my coach on the floor. She really gets her teammates going.
Good look for Gray, and she nestles in the 3 for the Musketeers. Ariana Gray's second 3 of the night, give her 10 and a double-double.
Ari Gray is just playing with so much confidence. We continue to talk about how she's improved with her rebounding at the offensive end as well. She's been effective, and it's an effective move there by Bry.
So Shea Bry using her length inside to keep that 6-point lead ahead. Here's Princess Stewart, leaves it up top for Aaliyah Dunham. Dunham in traffic, triggers for Gray, and back-to-back 3s for Ariana Gray for the Musketeers.
Confidence, that's all you can say. The sophomore playing with it.
Pass poked away there by Princess Stewart, up for Deja Ross, and Xavier back in business. Musketeers with 9 points already in the quarter. 3 from Wasselson, a couple of 3s from Gray. They'll look for more here for Ross. That ball rattles out, and Strong away with a rebound for the Bulldogs.
Deja Ross just cannot get anything to go right now.
Ross going back to the Villanova game a couple of weeks ago now, 0 for 19 from the floor in that stretch. Princess Stewart there again, stolen back by Strong. Kick to the corner, and that one won't go there for Weaver. Good cleanup inside for Strong, and she continues to have a monster night here against the Musketeers.
Strong has been just phenomenal. Bulldogs would be struggling without her this evening.
12 points, 4 boards now for Catherine Strong. Here's Ariana Gray back to work for the Musketeers. Up top for Princess Stewart.
Butler switching everything. Xavier's got to look to slip some screens.
Dunham drew 3 defenders. Wasselson wide open, can't connect on the 3, but a good long rebound there for Leah Dunham.
Why not?
Gray gonna launch.
That
one's short. After her own rebound, that one skips off strong. Musketeers will keep it.
That looked like that one might have gone off of Ari Gray. Xavier might have gotten a break there.
Naira Caceres coming back on.
Take a look.
Yeah, I think Ariana Gray got the last touch.
I think Strong might have got her hand in there.
Rip here for Jennings for 3, and her second 3 of the quarter is good, and Butler extends the lead.
Whitney Jennings dangerous when she gets going. Another big-time scorer in the high school, Logansport.
Huge answer from behind the arc for Jennings. Had a 30-point game against Austin Peay last season, November the 11th. Allie Rife inside for Gray, drew a double team and then threw it right to the Xavier bench. A rare miscue there for Gray tonight. And the Musketeers turn it over for the 12th time.
Well, Ari Gray thought Deja Ross was going to be out there around the perimeter. Ross started to cut towards the basket. A miscommunication.
Good backdoor there. Weaver gets the shot up and in. What a great look there from Jennings.
I think I'll call that on the floor.
It's a blocking foul. That one's going to go against Deja Ross. We saw the far side official there, Tim Daly, throw up a 1-and-1. It was number 11, which is actually Weaver's number. So now they change it back to Deja Ross. First foul for Xavier here in the quarter. Jennings stutter step on. Dunham got it off the glass and in. A big third quarter continues for Whitney Jennings.
Well, Whitney Jennings is a scorer. We've seen her knock down the 3. She can put it on the floor as well in attack, and she's having herself a nice third quarter.
Another 7-0 Butler run, this time over a minute 34.
Xavier's got to get some offense going. Butler starting to settle in at their offensive end.
Double-digit lead, largest in the night for the Bulldogs. Dunham kicks up top for Stewart. 3 is away. That one off the front of the rim. Rife with a good rebound. A putback solid from the right side.
Nice play by Allie Rife. Allie Rife's played some key minutes for Xavier, particularly in the non-conference season. That 21-point game against Bowling Green. He's got good instincts.
Whitney Jennings triggers again, and Jennings with another 3 from the top of the key.
Whitney Jennings is feeling it.
3 for 4 from behind the arc at 15 points.
So much for trying to get Tori Schickel involved. Let's get Whitney Jennings involved if you're the Bulldogs.
Great steal here for Weaver, going right in on Ross, drew the foul. So Deja Ross comes up with her second foul, second for the Musketeers here in the quarter. And Butler out to now an 11-point edge with 4:31 to go in the third. Solid third quarter now brewing for the Butler Bulldogs. It's Whitney Jennings, 3 threes here in the quarter, and Whitney Jennings out to a 15-point lead. 45% now from the floor for the Butler Bulldogs. Xavier down to 31%. Pleased to be joined now by Susan Lipnicki, the Xavier Associate Athletic Director for Student Athlete Welfare. Welcome.
Thank you.
You know, it's big to count steps, and people do that with their wristwatches and everything else. I want to count your mental steps during a day because you are well involved. If you're not walking around the campus, you're on the phone handling some things. So talk about what comes under your purview here at Xavier.
Okay, so I oversee strength and conditioning, which of course houses the fuel station, working out our student athletes, also facilitate some rehabilitation in conjunction with athletic training. Athletic training, which enjoying its new facilities, doing a really good job. We've got some great staff. Academic, student athlete academic support, which works in conjunction with all our academic advisors across campus. And compliance, which really tracks our student athletes from before they ever get here all the way through to the end, making sure that they're making academic eligibility as well as other kinds of eligibility issues. So all of those fall within my purview.
Talk about some of the improvements here at Cintas Center. Most of those introduced last year. You talked about the power station and then, of course,
the fuel station, the weight room, which has been a great standalone, its own space, lots of natural light in there, lots of room for housing even our larger teams can get all their teams to practice at one time. And of course, the new athletic training facility sponsored by Tri-Health has been just a huge, huge addition with the really state-of-the-art modalities as well as a lot of space for our student athletes.
New academic semester coming up, so a busy time for you. What are some of the things you're handling right now as you get ready for the new
Right now,
semester?
we're excited to have them back. You know, the student athletes bring a real sense of energy to our building, and we're excited to have them back. So it's making sure everybody's in their classes, got the right number of hours. Also making sure that we have all our programming in place. We'll start yoga with our student athletes Monday night right out of the chute. Got our speakers lining up. We're bringing in a sleep expert, which will be good for all of us, I think. Got all of our end of the year programming as well with graduation and reception. So lots of things going on.
Never a day off for you.
Always.
That's Susan Lipnicki, the Associate Athletic Director for Student Athlete Welfare. Thanks for joining us. Great visit here at halftime of our third quarter. And Michelle Weaver to the free throw line, able to knock in 40-28 Butler. And now back to 41. So Butler extends the lead. Princess Stewart controls up top for the Musketeers.
Really key time for the Musketeers if they're going to climb back into this basketball game.
Tierra Floyd, good turnaround at the free throw line. Allie Rife wrestles up a loose ball rebound. Another held ball. We've seen several of those tonight. Again, Kirk Godlewski's troops not afraid to hit the deck after a loose ball. Good look there at the Butler headman, Kirk Godlewski, in his 5th season.
Just to kind of illustrate the offensive futility of the Musketeers, Mike. Xavier 7 for 10, Gray and Dunham. Everybody else 4 for 27.
Whitney Jennings works up top to Tori Schickel. Schickel still with just a 3 field goal attempts. Xavier's done a good job on her, but Schickel with a good find, and then Brock couldn't finish.
That was an easy look. That's about as easy as Butler's had tonight, and can't capitalize. Another steal by Weaver.
So Weaver, heart and soul, that defensive effort for Kirk Godlewski. Comes up with another nice play. Jennings holds in front of Carrie Gross, the freshman. Caceres off for Bry. 4 to shoot inside for Schickel, one-on-one with Gray. Good turnaround, and Tori Schickel connects for the first time tonight. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Got herself in a good position there. Didn't allow any double team to come. Nice jump hook towards that baseline.
Impressed as well with Schickel's patience tonight. Normally your leading scorers looking for shots. They don't get them, sometimes impatient, but Tori Schickel been content with her role tonight. Missed there for Ariana Gray. Got her own rebound and launched that one off the glass and in.
Good execution, high-low there. Gray misses the first, but sticks with it as she does with most of those shots.
Whitney Jennings and a screen there at midcourt. Comes up with a whistle. That one's going to go against Carrie Gross, who tried to fight through that screen there from Shea Bry. So Bry shows some toughness to take that charge.
That shows how strong Carrie Gross is as a freshman as well, to knock Bry down. Not aware that that screen was there, did Gross.
Top 4, Jennings, and she connects again. 4th 3 of the night for Whitney Jennings, 18. There's a timeout here for Brian Neal. 2:14 to go as Butler comes up with a 46-30 lead off the bomb from Whitney Jennings. brings up our timeout on the floor, and Butler rolling over the Musketeers late in the third.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Step 1, complete. From this point forward, only the elite advance. Destination Tampa Bay and the Women's Final Four. The 2019 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Chicago Regional. March 30th and April 1st at Wintrust Arena in Chicago.
Bounces right back with a triple. Great job here. And that'll do it!
Visit ncaa.com/WBB tickets and get your tickets today.
Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt back with you on the Big East Digital Network. Xavier set to return here to Cintas Center Friday, January the 25th at 7 p.m. Play top 25 ranked Marquette Golden Eagles, who scored 91 points today. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $5 for children 17 and younger. The Canines and Flight Frisbee Dogs perform at halftime. Don't miss post-game lamps as well on the floor for all kids in grades 8 and under immediately following the game. For more information or to buy tickets, you get them at GoXavier.com or call 513-745-3411.
Tough task for the Musketeers with Marquette coming in. That game, Mike, a 36-point blowout. Marquette over Villanova today. They are playing at an extremely high level. Natisha Heidemann, nobody in the Big East playing better. Big East Player of the Week. 3-pointer there, another one off by the Musketeers. And they're doing all that without Alizea Blockton, is Marquette, the reigning Big East Player of the Year. I think this is the year Marquette gets to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. Carolyn Keeger's got a great, experienced basketball team.
Here's Tori Schickel eyeing up Ariana Gray over for Naya Caceres. Caceres with a nice drive, got around Lauren Wasselson and knocked it in. 18-point lead is the largest of the night now for the Bulldogs.
Well, both teams have started to get going a little bit more, a lot more scoring here offensively in the third quarter, but Butler has been way more productive, 9 for 11 from the field. The Musketeers, and a lot of that has to do with Whitney Jennings.
5 of 5 from the floor, 4 of 4 from three-point range in the quarter. Jennings with an 18-point night. 3 here for Lauren Wasselson, comes up short. Ariana Gray grabs the rebound. New shot clock for the Musketeers as we're under a minute to play now in the third. Steal there for Weaver.
That shot by Lauren Wasselson, that's a shot we've seen her make consistently really over the last month or so of the season, just not able to get going.
Weaver started the night with 56 steals for the campaign. Turn around there for Schickel. Strong comes up with a rebound and an easy putback. Catherine Strong back on the board, 16 now for her. It's a new career best, had 15 against Villanova on December the 29th. 3 here for Deja Ross, and that one home for the Musketeers.
Boy, she needed that one. It has been a long time since she's made that one.
Xavier was scoreless in the last 2 minutes and 3 seconds leading up to that. Now an offensive foul there against Caceres in the center of the lane. So that picks up the first foul for Butler here in the quarter, and Caceres, her first of the game. Tierra Floyd checking back in. Deja Ross out. Butler brings Amelia Sexton on, a guard of 5'4" freshman from Louisville, Kentucky in Mayo High School for her 12th appearance of the season. Played 2 minutes against St. John's on January the 6th and did not play in the previous 3. Tori Schickel, Whitney Jennings get a rest. Long 3 away for Leah Dunham. That's no good there at the end of the quarter, and Butler out to a 17-point lead. Its largest of the night at the end of the 3rd.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
We aren't just dreamers. We're doers.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Good things happen when you unleash a Butler Bulldog.
My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Step 1, complete. From this point forward, only the elite advance. Destination Tampa Bay and the Women's Final Four. The 2019 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Chicago Regional. March 30th and April 1st at Wintrust Arena in Chicago.
Bounces right back with a triple. Great job here. And that'll do it!
Visit ncaa.com/WBB tickets and get your tickets today.
Mike Schmaltz, Rich Hoyt back with you on the Big East Digital Network as the Butler Bulldogs visiting the Xavier Musketeers. Largest lead of the night for the Bulldogs, thanks to a big 3rd quarter from Whitney Jennings, the point guard.
Yeah, Whitney Jennings really got going in that 3rd quarter, Mike. She's got 18 points now, leading scorer in the ball game. Made her last 5 shots, and that one right there is from deep. Outstanding score out of Logansport High School and was transferred from Iowa. Everything she put up in that 3rd quarter went in, and Bulldogs leading score. You know, it's interesting with Butler had relied on Tori Schickel so much earlier on in her career offensively, and this year, you know, you've got Jennings who was added last year, and she's kind of even stepped up her offensive performance this year. You've got Spolier who's picked up her offense, and you know, Michelle Weaver's always been pretty consistent, you know, 9-10 points a game. But you know, I think less has been asked out of Schickel offensively, and it's made Butler a better, more balanced offensive team.
That offensive balance able to allow Kirk Godleski to reset the defensive scheme. Worked with Kevin Borseth from Green Bay, so there's a whistle here against Butler.
Kevin Borseth, one of the outstanding defensive coaches in any level of basketball, men, women. Borseth's Green Bay teams have consistently been at the top of the country in points allowed per game, field goal percentage, defense. I had their game on Saturday, and you know, just outstanding. There's a Northern Michigan connection there. Borseth's first coaching job was at Northern Michigan. Of course, that's where Godleski attended college.
Turnover there for Ariana Gray as Butler tightens that defense just a bit. Well, Kirk Godleski talked to some high school coaches, his former assistant Damon Bailey, as well to come up with this defensive scheme, and says that Borsteth made the point, you're going to need 2 or 3 recruiting classes for him to really get it down. Spent most of his preseason workouts, almost 80% of them on defense, and now the ratio down to about 50%, and that's just the confidence he has with his players on offense. Shot clock expired there for the Bulldogs, and Xavier gets it back.
Yeah, Borsteth told him 2 or 3 recruiting classes, but he's got such an experienced core group that really knows the game well, works hard, and this is a legit defensive team, and a team that, you know, because they play such good defense, can beat anybody on any given night. And you know, I really like the improvements. And Coach G mentioned, you know, just the footwork and the rotations and so forth that you got to work on in order to be a great defensive team, and you've really spent a lot of time on it.
Dunham off the mark, and Shea Bryant couldn't collect there on the baseline, so it stays with Xavier, but 7 to shoot now. Brian Neal. Long 3 here for Wasselson. Good catch and release, and that one just short. Nice rebound there for Tori Schickel, and credit Shea Bryant to tie up Ariana Gray. Just getting after that rebound quickly. Now the Bulldogs a chance to work some clock here on the offensive end.
Good ball movement by the Bulldogs. Late shot clock. Whitney Jennings going to work.
Good dish there for Weaver. Nice pull up. That one may have been deflected. Ariana Gray digs out the rebound for Xavier.
That was a great box out by Maddie Johnson. It looked like Schickel had some good rebounding position. Allowed Gray to clean it up.
16 rebounds now for Gray. Body hit the floor down there in the corner. That was Shea Bryant. And the foul going against the Musketeers. First team foul for the Musketeers here in the corner. That one went against Ariana Gray. Gray plays with 3 fouls, now with 7:28 remaining. Musketeers gonna have to get after it quickly. Catherine Strong in space. That one off the mark, foul on a rebound.
It's gonna be on Wasselson.
Lauren Wasselson's first, Xavier's second here in the corner.
You know, Xavier really, I've seen it more and more as the game has gone on, how much they miss T. Owens. I'll have to get to that after this timeout.
Timeout here with 7:16 remaining in our ball game. 50-33, the Butler lead, largest of the night for the Bulldogs, and Musketeers have the firepower to kind of come back, but got to get it started quick.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, you know, T. Owens, without her, I thought the one advantage that Xavier had coming into the game offensively was the athleticism at their guard positions and being able to attack.
We'll take a timeout, be back with more here. Butler in control in the 4th in Cintas Center.
It's time to fuel your ambitions by taking charge of your student debt. At SoFi, we've helped over 250,000 people refinance their student loans, saving thousands of dollars. Now you can pay off your student loans faster and reach your goals sooner. See how much you can save in just 2 minutes at SoFi.com/save.
Step 1, complete. From this point forward, only the elite advance. Destination Tampa Bay and the Women's Final Four. The 2019 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Chicago Regional. March 30th and April 1st at Wintrust Arena in Chicago.
Bounces right back with a triple. Great job here. And that'll do it!
Visit ncaa.com/WBB tickets and get your tickets today.
Mike Schmaltz back with you alongside Rich Hoyt on the Big East Digital Network. Butler at home next January the 25th against the DePaul Blue Demons. That opens up a big weekend for the Butler Bulldogs. They'll take it on DePaul first and then Marquette on Sunday the 27th. And this is the travel partner weekend for both these teams, so just one game this weekend for Butler and Xavier. Then the big road trip coming up, and this will be a challenge for both squads as Butler goes to Providence and then to Creighton, and Xavier to Creighton and then to Providence next weekend, the longest road trip of the conference season.
Yeah, most of these travel partners are geographically located close together, but you've got Providence and you've got Creighton who aren't as close to some of the other conference schools, so they lump those two schools together. They just make it one longer trip for any of the traveling schools when they go on the road to play that weekend. So log some frequent flyer miles will these two teams next weekend.
And of course the traditional powers come to visit. 2 games in 3 days. The DePaul Blue Demons and the Marquette Golden Eagles. Butler back in control with Whitney Jennings up top. Butler able to rest Jennings there at the end of the third. Schickel going to work inside on Deja Ross, trying to force one up to the rim, and Schickel may have taken some contact there from Ross. Ball went out, called it clean. Butler resets with 17 to shoot. Weaver, good inbound there for Strong, and a nice inbound draw up by Kurt Godlewski.
Nice execution of the underneath out of bounds play by the Bulldogs, and Strong has just had a terrific night. 18 points now, 7 boards.
18 points for Strong is a career best by 3. Whitney Jennings, huge third quarter. 18 as well tonight. Good look for Princess Stewart, knocks it down.
We've seen when Butler's gone to that zone, Xavier's been able to go high to low, and that time low to high. You want to get the ball in that high post and short corner areas to attack it. Good execution by the Musketeers.
Good execution by Catherine Strong to find Bry to break that pressure. And Whitney Jennings dances out front in front of Maddie Johnson, the Musketeer freshman. Jennings drives it in, lost control, regained, and then picked up a foul on the way back up. Catherine Strong hits the deck again, and Ariana Gray getting physical inside for the Musketeers. Foul was against Princess Stewart. That was her second. Xavier's third here in the quarter, and Jennings back to the free throw line. First attempt of the night, she knocks it in. So Whitney Jennings, a well-rounded night so far. 19 points now, is a game best. 7 of 10 from the floor. 4 of 6 from behind the arc. 3 rebounds. Jennings nestles the second in. Butler starting to pull away. Full court pressure here for Godlewski. Broken by Kerry Gross. Wasselson tries to get it across court. Ricocheted off Schickel for Princess Stewart. 3 here for Kerry Gross, little heavy. Rebound off for Gray and a reset for Xavier. Stewart out for Wasselson. Double team quickly there by Weaver and Bry. Ball inside for Gross in traffic, all well off the mark, and Schickel with an easy rebound.
Looked like Gross had Gray open along the baseline there. Need to give it up.
Starting to see the Butler poise come to the fore here at the closing minutes.
Yeah, Xavier definitely looks rattled here in this fourth quarter.
Ball up top for Catherine Strong. Touch here for Weaver, working on Wasselson, 9 to shoot down for the Bulldogs. Ball inside for Strong, taking on Maddie Johnson, left it short, rebound there for Gray. Contact is Kerry Gross got up to the wing, and a reach-in foul against the Bulldogs. Foul goes against Strong. Strong second, and the second for Butler here in the quarter.
Mike, the interesting thing, with Butler's defense is, they haven't gone to just one thing and gotten really good at it. They played half-court man, half-court zone. They picked up, some zone, full-court pressure, and they've been effective with everything. And Xavier just has looked rattled all night long. And Ari Gray, she gets one that goes out of bounds there. She has been the only one that really has looked comfortable against this Butler defense.
Gray with 19 rebounds, looking for a second straight 20-rebound effort. Doing that in the Big East says something.
Yeah, just got such a big-time motor. Just love the way she's played.
And that's the way she does it. Not a huge physical presence inside.
Yeah, she
Just
uses her
lanky,
athleticism.
Long. Absolutely. Good turn there for Schickel.
And you got athleticism, length, a high motor. That is an outstanding combination.
Maddie Johnson for three. Won't go. Good rebound there for Schickel in traffic. She's done that a few times in her career.
Xavier just 5 for 30 from the three-point arc. Not a number that's going to win you many basketball games.
Top of the key here for Caceres. Ball tipped away there by Princess Stewart. It goes out of bounds, and Tim Daly wants to give it to the Musketeers. Kurt Godlewski a bit shocked there on the sideline. Now, Denise Brooks going to straighten that call out. 54-35, 4 minutes to go. Caceres will inbound here for Butler.
You know, as we look at Kurt Godlewski there, Mike, you know, the interesting thing about him going and changing this defensive system, we talked about that trip that he took to Green Bay to talk to Kevin Borsath as Tori Schickel fouled there. The interesting thing, his boss, Barry Collier, who was Butler's men's coach for about 11 years before he headed off to Nebraska, Barry Collier, when he was transforming his program at Butler early on, he went and paid a visit to Green Bay as well to legendary coach Dick Bennett right before he took off for Wisconsin. And Barry Collier just talked about culture with Dick Bennett. And Dick Bennett, one of the great defensive coaches on the men's side in the history of the college men's game. Just interesting that both Butler coaches have gotten some wisdom up in Green Bay.
Timeout here for the Musketeers as Butler has extended its lead to the largest of the night at 23:51 to go. Interesting point about Wisconsin being the source of all things NCAA defensive basketball.
Yeah, it really is, but it just a tribute to, you know, how well coached, you know, the programs have been up there. And, you know, starting out at Green Bay and was Dick Bennett, and I mentioned, you know, took Wisconsin to the Final Four, and, you know, of course, his son Tony, who played for him at Green Bay, has had so much success. But yes, the defensive wisdom capital of college basketball, I guess.
You saw that graphic there. Follow the Butler women's basketball team on social media. Historic season brewing for Kurt Godlewski. And Catherine Strong having a career night tonight for the Butler Bulldogs.
Yeah, really, she got going early on because that's what Xavier's defense was giving Butler's offense, and she just got comfortable and was able to kind of get Butler out to a little bit of a lead. They had that little mini run there at the end of the first half to get up 7, and then it was all Whitney Jennings in the third quarter. And Xavier really just has not gotten anything going offensively tonight.
Strong, a redshirt junior, 18 points, second best on the team, 7 rebounds, just one behind Kristen Spoolier's 8. Shot here for Wasselson's up and in for the Musketeers.
That's more of the Lauren Wasselson that we've seen throughout this season. She's another one that struggled from the perimeter tonight. 2 for 9 now from outside that three-point arc. She's made a three-pointer in all but one game. That was that Villanova game Xavier lost a couple weeks ago.
Schickel working a 2-woman game here with Bry, who's able to drive it down and knock it right off the glass. It's quick decision-making as well for this Butler offense. Almost a steal here for Weaver. Ball going to go into the backcourt. That's a backcourt violation against the Musketeers, and Butler continues to show some finesse as it comes down the stretch here. Sarah Humphrey going to check in now from Crete, Illinois. A guard and a forward, 6 foot. Another athletic product for Kurt Godlewski. She'll make her 11th appearance of the season.
Who else was it that got her hand in the passing lane that last possession? Michelle Weaver.
Caceres drove it right in. Rebound off the Musketeers, and Butler keeps it with 21 to shoot. 2:54 for the Bulldogs to close out victory number 15 of the season, the 5th in the Big East. Ball denied there by Ariana Gray, and she comes up with a steal. Johnson cross-court pass, almost intercepted there by Weaver. Ball almost overshoots Princess Stewart. Able to collect. Good jump stop for Stewart. That's off the glass and good.
Nice move. Princess Stewart, a terrific athlete, and that's her game. I've talked about it already tonight. Little mid-range pull-ups.
Lead down to 17 for the Bulldogs, and they'll work as much shot clock as they can here in the final 2:17. Well, Rich, Xavier playing without its point guard T. Owens. What do you think that did to the Musketeers here tonight?
Well, I think it was huge. You know, I thought T and with Aaliyah Dunham were maybe going to be able to break Butler's defense down a little bit with dribble penetration, and you take that away, and then all of a sudden you can't free up your shooters along the perimeter. I think T. Owens' loss has just been it's been huge tonight.
Kerry Grove's going to drive the baseline here for the Musketeers. Loses control of the basketball, and an easy pickup there for Bry.
Of course, Butler lost Christian Spolier early on that third quarter. She's been over there on the bench with ice on her knee. Hopefully she's okay. We'll be able to bounce back, have a nice long week to rest.
Good ball inside there for Caceres off the glass today. And a substitution timeout here for Butler. Ellen Ross, a 5'11" freshman from Fort Wayne, and Bishop Twanger, a great high school program. Get a check in, along with Amelia Sexton. We saw her a little bit earlier in the game. You might not think a 21-point victory and or more for the Butler Bulldogs is a big deal, but Musketeers have earned 5 of their 15 Big East victories in the last 3 seasons against Butler. So Xavier's been a little bit of a hurdle for the Bulldogs. Nice to get on the road for Butler and pick up the victory. Xavier won both matchups last year.
Yeah, it's been a very competitive rivalry. Of course, a nice geographical rivalry, a rivalry that spans several different conferences now.
It started out, Rich, interestingly enough, in the North Star Conference, moved to the Midwestern Collegiate Conference, which evolved into what is now mostly the Horizon League, then to the Atlantic 10 and now to the Big East.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, they're just similar in size, are these universities, and, you know, the athletic programs have kind of evolved, you know, at a same trajectory, and, you know, they were small programs, you know, a few decades ago that have continued to rise with great facilities and support.
That ball up and in. And the Bulldogs finishing off strong here in Cintas Center. Kerry Gross controls here on the wing. Kick off there. Back for Johnson. Ball off for Ariana Gray.
Boy, Ari Gray just has not stopped playing. I mean, it would be easy to do. You wouldn't blame her. Down 22, 30 seconds to go in the game, but she continues to fight for offensive rebounds.
.15 seconds now for the Bulldogs to continue this historic run here to start Big East play. Butler going to go to 5-0 here in conference play. 15-1 overall, 9th consecutive victory for Kurt Godlewski and his Bulldogs. It was impressive tonight. Rich Hoyt, 18 points from Catherine Strong inside, along with 7 rebounds, 20 points from Whitney Jennings, and really gave Butler a lift in that third quarter.
Yeah, it was Catherine Strong that got Butler going with just enough offense early on. It was Whitney Jennings who was unbelievable in the third quarter, and it was their defense as well. The thing that they've hung their hat on all year long. They limit Xavier to just 29% from the field and hold them to 41 points.
Musketeers now have dropped 4 of the last 5, now 10-6 on the campaign, 1-4 in Big East playing. A little bit of a hole moving forward.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for the Musketeers to get out of this hole going on the road for 2 games next week, and then you've got DePaul and Marquette coming in 2 weeks from then, so it's kind of danger time for the Musketeers.
So both teams will go on the road for the longest road trip of the season, and a big test the following week. They get Marquette and DePaul back-to-back at home. So that'll wrap it up for us here from courtside here at Cintas Center. So for Ryan McGahey, our Big East Digital Network crew, Chris Schaff, and Dave Overbeck here at Cintas Center, the voluminous basketball mind of Rich Hoyt. I'm Mike Schmaltz. Thanks for watching here tonight as the Butler Bulldogs roll past the Xavier Musketeers 63-41. Yes, yeah.